Welcome to our first packaging episode. What we have here is a piece of glass. This is vintage peach luster Laurel Fire King, and we're going to package this up very quickly here. The item is about 11 inches in diameter, and so we're going to be using a 12 by 12 by 6 box. Now, because it's so close, 11 inches, 12-inch box, not a lot of space, I decide that I'm going to use thin bubble wrap to wrap it first. So I'm going to grab a couple of sheets of bubble wrap, and I'm just going to drop that right in the middle, and I'm just going to make sure it just kind of overlaps just enough there so that I can apply some tape to it. Now when I do the next piece, I'm going to bubble wrap it around the other way. I don't have to worry as much about it actually sticking to the actual plate. So I can go this way, and you can see there it's just real tight, and we've got it wrapped that way. Now typically what I do is I try to wrap up these ears here, these dog ears, so that it kind of holds things in place. I try to do opposite corners so that I can get them all wrapped up. Oops, that one came loose. Sometimes that happens. There we go. So now that we've got it initially protected, I'm going to grab some pool noodle. And you can see that this one here has been cut in half. And so I'm just going to take this. I typically set it flat like that, put the plate in, and then go to try to get about halfway around the plate. And so you can see here that I've got that. And then I just take my big heavy shears and I decide that's about where I need to cut it. And then I just cut that off. And once again, take some tape. I connect those two ends. And then I'm going to need to do a little bit more to protect this. I want to make sure that it is well protected. So what I do is I take that piece that I had left over, and this is along the back of the plate, which is kind of indented there, you can see that. And then I just put it on and just once around the whole thing to secure that. Now that's going to be pretty secure when it goes into the box. Not much possibility for it being damaged. The next step is to get our box put together here. Sometimes I put one on the other side depending on the piece that we are wrapping. Here's my box, 12 by 6 by 6. I know some people will not, they'll just use whatever boxes they have. That's fine, if that's your thing. I'll need an 18-inch piece of tape here. I have a hot tape machine, which my lovely assistant has just handed me. And you can see that that is now just big enough for that plate. Now typically with glass, I like to take pieces of foam, and this is just bed foam that I purchased at Walmart. Put some foam in the bottom, put my plate in, and now I'll look to see, I'll probably need a couple of small pieces of half-cut noodle to lay over the top to give me some structure. Just like that. That's going to give me some flat structure there on the top. I'm going to get some more foam and put over the top of it, and from that we will then measure to see if we actually need to add additional packaging. Now I don't always cut it to size. I will usually lay it because boxes are all just a little bit different. So I typically will lay the foam against the box and then cut it. As I was saying though about boxes, I love having standard sizes because once I measure something, I know that it's going to be a specific size. Now if this was really any smaller, I could use a box sizer to cut it down. Because this one's so close, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to look to see if I have some bubbles here, bubble foam or air pillow packaging, and I'm just going to put it on there, and I'm going to close it down just enough, and now I'm going to shake it. I don't hear any movement. That's just the box moving, because you don't want any movement in your packaging. And another 18-inch piece of hot tape, and it is ready to go to the post office once I put the sticker on. So I hope that was informative. That's how I do it. Lots of good feedback from my packaging. Lots of packages have arrived safely. This is Zar and Thor signing out.